It was an episode of First as the war in Southern California and Mexico spread north to Northern Cali. But first of all, we get three facts to get into, and the three facts are first. First appearance of the Lobos Senora cartel is fact number one. Fact number two is first officer challenge. And fact number three is the first son's suicide attempt. Now, in the show, because obviously John Teller, I think it's a wee bit blurred. He might have actually done it. He might have not have done it. It might have been Clay. It might have been hell. It might have been the letters that tanned his own fucking throat. But
Either way, he was probably more successful than Juice.
yes, he was more successful than Juice, but we'll get to Juice in a wee bit. But we kick off this episode with Juice. He's praying at the site of Miles' unmarked grave. It could have been Juice's unmarked grave.
Could have been, so easily could have been.
Could have been. Miles is dead. He's he knows where it is. Fuck, Clay told him to unmark it. Juice wasn't there when they buried him. I just found this unmarked grave.
Well, I think he probably knows what it is. The club know what it is.
Oh, brother, it's supposed to be unmarked. Clay's going to have to take that with happy boy. Gemma, though, opens the back of Tara's car, and what she finds? The death threat from us, or I'm going to find you and hurt you, you doctor bitch.
Now, hold on. What he means by unmarked is just buried somewhere. It's not letting someone nobody knows. Don't put any association with SOA or anything. That's what it means. Unmarked doesn't mean... What did you think it meant?
That's what it means. I'm like, how did Juice find it if it's unmarked?
Fucking Juice is a member of the SOA. They probably knew what they were
Do you
burying.
think Jax knows what it is? Why would Jax know? Why would Opie know? The only people that know are Happy and the prospects, and Clay said, bury him out there, but make it unmarked. Clay wouldn't know the exact coordinates.
So you think...
We're making a mountain out of a molehill. We're making a mountain out of a Miles unmarked grave here.
No, by unmarked, what I thought they meant was they have no signs that this is Miles.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why I'm
But
saying...
obviously you can still tell there's been dirt digged up and it's been freshly... It's a freshly dug grave.
No, that's not... No,
No, I think it is.
no, because the purpose is you don't want this body to get found ever.
Well, then Happy must have fucked up because Juice found it.
Well, unless... Yeah, maybe Happy did fuck up, or maybe just knew what it was. But anyway, guys, it's irrelevant. Gemma...
Maybe Juice sniffed him like a fucking rat.
He is.
And found Miles. Maybe that's what it is.
Rat. He is a rat. Gemma then tries to say that the threat in Tara's car, could this be from the hospital? That got a cheap pop out of me.
Aye. But Margaret Murphy's back on the rampage.
Margaret
She
Murphy.
wants Tara gone. You know, she's sending death threats to the doctor.
You know what my problem is with this scene? Tara's like, oh, normal people phone the police when their lives are threatened. Wait, what is this? Season 1? How's she coming out with this?
No, but regardless of whether or not she's like related, so do you think that means she should have known from the get-go as soon as she entered a relationship with Jax, the police can never be involved with anything? I think that's a ridiculous statement to make.
No, I don't think it is. I think what she said's ridiculous.
Oh, Unsers was in the back pocket? Oh, I can't involve police.
But they know the sheriff ain't good.
No, but hold on, we can't involve police, but Unsers a fucking fully patched member. What? Come on.
But who's going to deal with this threat more? The police? It's just going to make an open investigation into the club. It brings heat. It's bad for business.
Even when Abel got kidnapped, like, and they're trying to hold him for me, that's bullshit.
Well, alright, I disagree with that. I think that might have helped, potentially. But you know what, I think here, know your role, Tara, and shut your mouth. But I think it was ludicrous for Gemma to suggest to hear, was this Margaret Murphy? Was this the security guard at the hospital? Why? Well, could this have been a patient?
So name me a situation that could happen to Tara for it to make it okay to involve the police. Give me an example.
Like a minor one? Like a minor incident?
If it's minor, then you don't phone. Why would you involve the police?
Well, I think it's far and I think there's not many. I'd say there's pretty much six.
That's that. Right, so no matter what happens, Tara cannot involve the police.
Even later on, seeing her hand gets crushed, the police arrive, but that's not because Tara phoned them. It's because they heard the shots. That's a major incident, getting your hand crushed. Let's be real.
Is that worse than the son getting kidnapped?
She phoned the police when Gemma gave her a miscarriage. But that was all part of the plan. So you've got to look at stuff like that. For me, I don't think the police should be getting involved. Sam Crow take care of their own.
Death threats?
It's Sam Crow.
But she's not part of Sam Crow. She's an old lady. This shouldn't happen to her.
Gemma told her fucking straight. Look at Elliot when his daughter get raped. Who'd he go to? I think he went to the police.
He went to both, actually, funnily enough.
He went to both, but he knew the grass was greener on the other side. You know what, though? He should have went to the police because Hale wouldn't have held the leverage over him for 4 seasons.
Exactly. Hey, Elliot, this is the knife for the scumbag. that raped your little girl.
Bale's lying dead on the ground, and Elliot just runs over and takes a knife out his back pocket.
Anyway.
Freedom, damn it. Anyway, the cutting bag over at the Mayans, I don't even know what this is. It's
well, hold on. Do you not think then that Sam Crow should be like, right, well, you've got a week to find out who's doing this, or else you can go to the police? Should it not be Sam Crow? If Sam Crow can't protect Tara, is she not entitled to go to the police? Or does she need to hope that Sam Crow's good enough to protect her? But if not, I'll end up dead.
Well, what I would say is, right, if the club aren't involved with the cartel, then yes, but they are involved with the cartel, and most likely that's where this came from. And therefore, if you're involving Roosevelt, do you think they want Roosevelt to know that the cartel are in town doing business with him?
Do you not think like there should be more, like Jack should be more bothered about that? I know there's big fish to fry at the moment, but it doesn't really seem like it's taking that much of a priority.
Well, I mean, once he found out, he's like, they put a death threat in her car, then he drove after like 3 Mexicans.
Aye, and he leaves Filthy Phil to fucking sit there, or a rat boy, whoever it is.
Yeah,
a prospect.
I don't agree with that. No.
He's putting his wife and his son's fucking life in a rat boy. Really?
Rat boy.
A prospect? A guy that's not even got a foot at the table?
Oh, he's 2 kids.
Two kids?
Aye, 2 kids as well.
2 kids? Fuck me, 3 lives, and we've got rat boy. So he doesn't get Filthy Phil as well.
When M16, like Gemma gets Filthy Phil.
No, but look at what happened. No, hold on. No, look at what happened with your guy. I forget his name, Shepherd.
Aye, he jobbed it.
So what's stopping Rat Boy for? See if the Lobos Senora come for Tara, and Rat Boy peeks out the curtains, and he sees about 20 Mexicans standing outside with rocket launchers and missiles. You think Rat Boy's gonna, return fire, or is he gonna bolt out the back door?
Out the back door. No, but why is Jack's not protecting his own? Where's he?
That's what I'm saying. Do you not think he'd be a bit more baller?
Or both of them at least?
No, I get it. He's got bigger fish to fry, probably. And I get that, the cartel, but I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but no, it makes a lot of sense.
So fucking what? If they didn't follow the police and she had a constant police car at front, would that be such a bad idea? It's not like you have to tell the police your business relations with the cartel.
Yeah, but then there's incidents like where Jax turns up at the house with like 20 bricks
bullet holes through him.
Aye.
I know, but
when Juice get patched up, it's things like that.
Fair enough.
But anyway, right, you know what? No, makes sense to me. Mexicans, the Mayans holding drugs inside their tortillas. Tig liked it, embracing the stereotype, man.
Oh, tortillas.
It's always like, see, you see them making drugs. It's like, I know it's mostly women here, but even in Breaking Bad, like no one wears clothes when they're making drugs, don't they not?
I actually thought, well, fair point. I actually thought that's because the Mayans wanted something nice to look at. But you could be right. It could be because maybe
like Walter, first thing he did was strip down. So it must be about getting on your clothes or something. Guess it'd be on. But then they're walking in there. I mean, you're walking in with your cuts. Would the cocaine not go under the cuts?
I know, but I can maybe Walter knows something that more than these guys know. I assumed with these guys it was just because they wanted something nice to look. Like if it was a guy. If there was a couple of guys in there, would Alvarez be walking past Mexicans in their fucking boxers?
Maybe,
in their briefs and their underwear?
Fucking Taza, like he'd accept
it. He'd probably like it, he'd be all over that shit, but he'd be snorting. It wouldn't be the cocaine he'd be snorting, it'd be something else. But anyway.
Lobos Senora, though, they got a sniff that there was some guys in there with no clothes on, so they were like, fuck, we need to shoot this place up. And then all of a sudden survive this shootout. I think 3 Mayans die, and like the guy who owns the building died, so Sons are protected. Is this not, though, where like...
And the doctor.
Is this not like where Phelan could die? He wasn't there, but
I think we need to build up Phelan a bit more for his death to matter. I mean,
why? Because his death mattered when he died, didn't it?
No, but I mean, I've no issue with Phelan surviving a bit.
Jax didn't even proxy him a vote.
Didn't know who the fuck the guy was.
I know he was prospect, like, but
why would he get a vote then?
I don't know. Here, how long was Phelan with the club before you can get a vote to get patched in?
Not that long.
A couple of seasons.
Nah, he wasn't there by the end of. He wasn't there till season 4.
Yeah, but he didn't die in season 6.
I thought he died like beginning of season 5, no?
But like half season 5, no, season 6 episode 5 he died or something. Phelan.
I'll be honest, like he wasn't a great prospect.
No, he's one of the worst.
I'd say he's did we put him? I think we put him above Shepherd. Although I think you could make a case Shepherd gets more.
Shepherd's a better character for me.
I think you could argue Shepherd gets more development, and just him being a part of that old Jew forget his name, sorry, just have to go call him old Jew. Storyline.
Ruffy Alstein.
Aye, him, Alstein. I thought that was probably better than anything Phelan done.
Lumpy, that's his name.
Lumpy, aye. I can't really recall any specific thing Phelan done. The probably Phelan's biggest moment is when he lets Lila slip past him. Then Opie gives him like the shoulder barge when he's walking past him.
Chib gave him the shoulder barge.
Chib's in, aye, whatever.
So that's I was Chib's, but yeah, right. Alvarez.
Chib's a bit of a bully, isn't he? When you think about it, like, see anyone that's lower down than him or a prospect, they'll bully them. But
he always votes the right way though.
Oh, he does, aye. Yeah. I wonder what we would have voted in the Bobby Offison challenge.
Yeah, he was next up. But we'll get to that next episode. But anyway, Alvarez gets shot here. Clay asks him, "Where's your shot, doctor?" He like looks over and the guy's lying dead. So
he's close.
He's close, I say.
Too close.
Just not close enough. Jax takes off after the shooters.
But you'll not be too close considering he's laying next to him fucking dead.
I would be too close to handle. Too cold to hold, too hard to handle. But anyway, Jax chases after Lobos Senora. Right, and if this was Phelan, would he have died chasing after these three? I think he would have.
So Jax chases after them. He manages to get one off the... I don't know, he manages to get... How did he get the first guy off? Was he in a bike or car?
No, he's in a... No, the guy... They all got out the car to shoot at him. He killed one.
But no, he didn't kill one.
He injured him, and then he went to interrogate him, and then they ran him over and killed him.
Now, who was driving? I don't think it was the cartel member.
No, it was the guy that's forced into it.
So therefore, he's a murderer?
Yep. But then the guy, like, pushed him aside and drove off. So, yeah, a lot of... I mean, this episode just kicks off with, like... So much action. Jax manages to get his bike sorted, and then he goes and gives chase, and he follows him to an apartment block, and then he makes the phone call and says, "Right,
I've got them.
Make the call to Leroy, because this is Niner territory. Leroy, that's a name I've not heard." And
where the fuck is Leroy? I tell you what, though, I didn't really like this. I thought this kind of this arc or this story or these events that played out, it was filler in my eyes. Can we just skip on to what happens next?
Yeah, skip on.
The club arrive. The tactical, they've got 6 members, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. They burst in, and it's like a family of Mexicans, can't really speak any English. Jack's like, get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Flashback there, Belfast episodes. Gets them down on the ground. No one speaking English. Tig threatens to off somebody, and then me suddenly speak English starts to flow, and they're talking about the guy on the ground, the car driver. He's like, "Oh no, you cannot say.
Well, there was an old guy with like no. Tig put the gun to him. He just sat there
as if he was brain.
Like he wanted to fucking die.
Like Hector Salamanca just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, ring. Then we get the passenger who was with the car driver. He bursts in. He grabs one of the nearest women. Because Tig was trying to get the kids into the other room. I think he successfully managed that, but one of the women gets caught by the guy, and there's like, oh no, the guy on the ground's like, oh, he won't listen.
Who is he?
And then it looks like the woman that is going to speak English tries to speak English, but she gets shot in the head by this guy.
Chibs and drops him.
Yeah, after a couple of shots.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus, Mary of fucking Christ! And it turns out that the cartel were using these guys, this guy to... It just didn't make any sense.
Well, it does make sense. His family's in Lobos Senora, and they threatened his family down there in order for him to help them up here against the Suns and Mines.
I know, but why would the cartel need some random fucker with a bunch of kids in his house?
But that's why. But it's the same with Rafi in the Mines. He had family down there, and they leveraged his family for intel. Makes sense. Like, if you've got northern connections and you need to use them in a war, then why not use them?
Rafi.
Not Rafi. Pedro.
Pedro. No, I get that. Like,
I wouldn't say this is filler though, because it's them finding out that Lobos Senora are here.
Who a bunch of Mexicans are fucking shooting at them. Who else is it going to be?
Could have been the fucking Calvaris.
I could have been
for a bit of fucking street cred. After Clay said, I don't recognise your bullshit MC.
I'm surprised Lobos Sonora's never patched them in. But no, I get it with the whole Pedro thing. I guess that makes a bit of sense because he's in the Mayans and whatnot. But so they just leave this apartment with a bunch of Mexicans laying on the ground.
A bunch of dead bodies.
And that's it. I mean, this never gets returned to. It's not important. Not a sorry for your loss.
Well, hold on.
And
Do you expect Sam Crew to give a fuck about all these people?
And what happens to their families then? And Lobos, the ones that they were lying for?
They'll probably get the fucking heads cut off as cartels.
So this was for fucking nothing then,
They've only found out who attacked them.
But they knew who attacked them. Hold on, you think they needed to get into this apartment with all these crying Mexican kids to find out who attacked them?
No, it's not just that. They were talking about it in the clubhouse with Alvarez that these bastards need to pay. Just drop 3 of the mines. So it was Sam Crow doing them a favour. That's why when Clay and Alvarez are talking, he's like, I'm just paying back an overdue debt.
No, I'm not.
He's getting revenge.
I'm not saying they can't drop the mines. I'm just saying, I think Jack's following them back to that family house that had nothing to do with this Lobos Senora.
Hold on.
What, it didn't?
He was following the killers back, and he was like, right, we need to deal with this.
Yeah, I get that, but it turns out it was just some random fucking family.
Yeah, but they managed to get the guy behind it, the leader guy of that faction.
Both did.
Oh, they're dead. They're dealt with. They got revenge for the
But
mines.
Jack's could have killed them without getting back to that apartment.
Hold on, he was outnumbered 3-on-1.
I just don't think that offered much.
But he didn't know who was in that. He could have went into that apartment. There could have been 20 of them.
All right.
Do you think the sons burst into that apartment thinking there was going to be a family? No, they thought there was going to be like 10 cartel members.
Exactly, and then when it turns out that would have been good though if it was a fucking group of 20 cartel leaders. But when it turns out it's just some family that don't speak English, it's like, well, what the fuck was the point of this?
Alvarez speaks English though, and he tells Clay that...
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he says that, the threat, if it was the cartel threatening Tara, they would have written the threat in our kid's blood. So, that's who we're dealing with here.
I know, cartels don't leave fucking notes.
But Clay knows this. Clay knows it's Unser.
I'd say he knows.
Well, he does.
He knows now, like.
He tells Unser, he's like, you crawl back in that little shithole, Wayne. Don't come out. You're pissing me off. I tell you what, is Unser bordering on I'm going to kill you territory?
A mayhem folk? Possibly, aye.
Strip of the patch?
Oh, don't go that far. I
think he could be.
Don't get too hasty.
We do have just blotting out here that threatening families is what drug cartels do. Tara overhears this. She's pissed off.
That's a juicy moment, though, isn't it?
It is a juice, naive juice. Tara's pissed off that Jax didn't tell him this, to be honest. Also, the 1-9ers didn't help. The Sons here didn't even pick up the phone call, so who knows what's happening here with this phone call. We then have Bobby and Opie going to the porn studio. Opie's talking to Lila. Lila refuses to go with him. And Bobby then confronts Ima and says, what happened to your face? You didn't happen to leave a death threat with Jax's old lady. And she's like, no, it wasn't me. Leave me alone. I don't want battered again. I do not want battered here. Absolutely not. Juice, though, he's finishing off paperwork at this point. And I feel sorry for Juice. Now, we do have a scene where Potter says, you know what? Fuck Juice. It doesn't matter what he wants. He's going to turn up with Blue. You're going to arrest him. He's like, come on, man. That's entrapment. He's like, nope. It's you arresting an outlaw with drugs. And what do you feel like Roosevelt should have played good cop? Or do you think he was right turning dirty? Because you know what? They get these big hitters. It's what has to be done.
I don't think he done it to advance his career. I think he done it to stop Potter from ruining his career.
Yeah,
I don't think he done it out of greed or well, you could argue it's a bit selfish.
He reminds me so much of Hale, but I don't think Hale would actually. Well, Hale did some questionable shit.
No, I think Hale would have turned around and said, Potter, try your fucking best. I'm Captain America, bitch.
America.
But no, it was basically Potter. I don't think Roosevelt would have done this without Potter's threatening to bring him down.
Yeah, no, I would agree with this, but he then arrests Juice. Juice gets shafted. Juice turns up like a puppy, man, here, about to get a fucking bowl of milk. He's like, yeah, Roosevelt, I brought the Coke. And then Roosevelt turn around and arrest him, and Juice has a look on his face like, damn. Then Roosevelt gets the drugs to Potter, and it looks like Juice is fucked here. Roosevelt's like, you have to cooperate now. But Juice is like, no, I don't. So, yeah, we could talk about why Juice does what he does at the end of this episode, but I think, it's the knife is turning in Juice here. He's shafted. Club then return with Bobby telling Clay that they heard from Sam Taz, and it turns out Armando is missing. And I think this is one of the few examples in Sons where someone of a pretty decent presence is just killed off screen. It's not confirmed. It's confirmed in the next episode, but let's just talk about it. He's dead.
I would say outside of Sam Bell, I think that I think Mines actually did a better job of bringing in all charters.
Yep.
Now, the only thing I would say is I think Mines maybe brought in too many and gave too many there was too many like prospects, too many VPs, too many presidents. Like I know they wanted all these charters, but I think maybe Mines brought in too many, and sometimes they tried to like fleshing out too many characters from the one charter. But I think they've done a better job than Suns did.
No, they absolutely did, and I think
But it's probably because Mines had a civil war, therefore there was a need for all the different charters, whereas Suns never really had
in
that
an
need.
ideal world, right, you'd get more development, more of these Suns charters, but at the end of the day, would you really, like, Suns is clear of Mines, you know what?
No, but in Suns you always hear about Tacoma, but we never see Tacoma.
Get Washington down here.
We never see them.
Yeah.
I think it would have been cool if we maybe get to see even the presidents once in a while. We just don't get to see that.
Yeah, like, I mean, at least Jury got a bit of screen time, like, to be fair. I mean,
Yeah, but should something surely Jury, when was like, so we don't see him episode 4, then we don't see him till
season 6.
Should there not be something in between that? Considering that's the nearest charter.
I think there should be. Chips goes to Clay, says that you gotta pull juice off this cartel shit, brother. It's went to his head. And then Clay's like, well, I'll pull him off. Brings him in and gives him the Men of Mayhem patch. He's like, you put this shit behind you.
Exactly. Like, see season 3, can Judy not show up when Abel's missing?
Oh, he could.
So, not, I think we could have had something like that.
Maybe the actor was on Breaking Bad. Maybe he was busy, right? But anyway, just gets the Men of Mayhem patch. Chips told Clay to pull him off his cartel shit. Now looks like he's knee deep in it.
Yeah, and Clay thought, nah, forget about that. What Juicy Boy needs is an extra patch on his cut.
He does. Lila has packed her stuff and left this episode, so who knows what's happening with Opie, man. His life is crumbling down. He shouldn't have had that wee outburst that he had, though. But we do have a meeting.
It's actually crazy how quick, like, they just got married this season, and all of a sudden the marriage is on the ropes.
The marriage is probably that's it. It's probably less than a month old at this point.
I just don't. Can the birth I don't know. Can the birth control pills really just end the marriage like that?
I guess it was when she said, I got an abortion, then he kind of went, fuck that shit. Anyway, Clay is called a meeting in the boardroom. He says Luis is on his way. Bobby's doing a bit of moaning, and Clay's like, you know what, instead of moaning on your fat ass, Elvis, why don't you do something that helps this goddamn? Chloe's like, yeah, like calling a phone. It's too late for that. No, officer challenge, buddy. And then Clay's eyes is like, oh, you fat fuck. I thought Clay was going to fucking jump over the table here and batter Bobby.
But then he decides that's not the right thing to do. But what we will do is, we'll fold this shit tonight.
We fought it tonight. We fought this shit. And he slams the gavel down. I think he boots Tig's chair out the fucking door.
And then kicks the door as well.
Yeah, he's booting everybody here. I'll tell you what, like, if Miles was still alive, he'd probably had a right hook.
Can you call an officer challenge, but...
want someone else to...
Yeah, present someone else.
It would be pretty weak, though. Yeah, I don't want you as Prez, but I don't want the job either.
No, what I think didn't help Bobby, like, no spoilers, but even before they had the vote, he's like, he wasn't giving anybody a reason to vote for him. He's basically just saying, I can't, I don't like the direction you're going. But for me, it's just like, when you got like the presidential debate, you've got two presidents arguing against each other. Yeah. So you imagine you've got one president saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then the other one's just like, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
You've got to voice. I think Bobby should have says to people, like, where was Bobby saying, right here, if you vote for me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get us out of the cartel.
What you would think is, right, all the people who voted no to the cartel would be on Bobby's side.
Yeah, so I just don't see if Bobby wins. It would take someone to have changed their mind over the cartel deal.
Opie was going to side with Piney on this, so...
Oh, wait, Miles? He's dead.
Oh, Miles is dead. So there you go. That's a two swing.
So yeah, maybe Bobby could...
We never knew at proxy...
we'll put up for a vote, guys. Would Bobby have won the officer challenge?
I think I made a fid on it, 3 years ago on this channel, but here, we'll revisit it, won't we?
Aye, why not?
But anyway, I thought this scene was pretty... I like when they're sitting around the table. Anyway, just...
something that we never got in Mines.
Yeah.
And when we did get it, just wasn't that good.
Then we get the ending montage. Juice is putting on the Men of Mayhem patch. Opie...
For 2 seconds.
Opie's trying to ring Piney. Obviously, Piney's not aware of this photo, or else he'd be down there the now. Unsaw then goes to the hospital. He's like, I need to speak to you something, Margaret.
I think Piney would have walked to the cabin to get back for this photo.
I think he would have rode the fucking oxygen tank. Like it was an 18-wheeler, damn it. We've got Rat Boy guarding Jax's house with Fat Boy guarding Clay's house. And then, like, would you say it's out of nowhere? Just literally, right, is sitting there. Then he whips this fucking chain out of nowhere. Like he's John Cena.
I wasn't really expecting that.
Then just jumps through the tree.
And then we fade to black and we just hear this big crunch. What was it? Was it Juice's neck crunching in the background?
I remember the first time I thought it was his neck. But looking back, it makes sense. It is the branch.
Spoiler alert much?
Yeah, I don't know. Might not be.
You've just said it makes sense it was the branch.
Maybe he's still dead. Because the branch snapped doesn't mean he's not dead.
Well, we'll find out, guys, in the next episode.
But this is the ending episode, man. It's like, fuck, is he dead?
Yeah.
So much talk. I mean, you've got the folk to look forward to next episode. It's just dead. What's going to happen with this impending war? All the reasons to tune in next week. MVP was just for me and you. Just 2 weeks in a row. 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah, I mean, people can... We can say that we didn't like the direction it just went down, but I think it certainly helped out the character.
Oh, it did, absolutely.
Because first 3 seasons, he feels like a prospect. I think he's just like the wee computer guy that doesn't... No one really respects him, in my opinion.
I think in a show like this, members of the main crew needs to be turn rat. I think that's just the way. There's one member has to. You look across every TV show, it's eventually someone jobs it. Like, see, as great as it would have been if Juice was loyal to the end, like a Bobby, Chibs, Tig. You need a bit of fiarity in there, and I think of the members, of the OG members, he's the most likely one to rat, and I think they did the right decision there. Quote the episode was, "We fought this shit tonight," and I'm going to give this episode a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I'll get a 7. Good episode. Solid again.
7.5 out of 10. Fruit for the Crows. Up next, we have got Family Recipe, and I think Piney's about to cook one last time. So until next time, peace.